I just couldn't get my head around maths. I just really couldn't get to grips with it at all. I left school with no formal qualifications. I had my first child at the age of 17, and then I had another child. When the youngest one got to 3 years of age, I thought, you know, it's time to do something. So I got a job in a shop, which is where I work now. It doesn't really stretch me at all. It pays the bills, but obviously as a career, no, it's not a good place to be.
School for me was a scary place. Maths was really a bad point for me. I couldn't do mental arithmetics to save my life. Just playing darts, for instance, you know, where you've got to add up things. I didn't have a clue. My children come home from school asking for help with their homework. And seeing them get really upset brought back all those alarm bells ringing. So that's when I really started to think, I've got to do something about my education. There's lots of different courses you can do to try to upskill yourself. You're with other people that are in the same situation. Plus you could relate it to the work you were doing. It wasn't where they're teaching you algebra and think, when am I going to ever learn or do this? Did level 1, level 2, didn't pay a penny towards any of my courses or education that I've done since I've left school. I'm now teaching people, inspiring others onto the learning journey. Just because I've done some classes and courses that I've really enjoyed, and now I'm passing that on to others. Just to see somebody that was washing up, thought that's all they were capable of doing. You get them on the right ladder to help them within their job, and then they're holding a kitchen as cook manager with the responsibility of health and hygiene and the ordering of stock. It's just a fantastic thing to see somebody else going through their learning journey.
I was looking to buy a new house. I'm doing okay at the shop, but to be there for 25 years and to struggle to pay a mortgage, I couldn't really afford it. I have plans, I want to be a social worker, so I thought if I kind of go back to college now to get me onto the courses that I need to go on so I can get a degree, try and do better for me and my children.
I've hit teachers with chairs, I've thrown things at teachers, I've been abusive to teachers. All I remember about maths was that I used to go into a lesson and in the book I'd have squared paper, and I went into an English lesson and the book would have lined paper. I think my school ended when I was perhaps about 14, and then my journey just took me into drugs, alcohol, crime. And you say it every day, tomorrow I'm going to do something about it. Just one day I decided to do something about it. Your initial thoughts about going back to learning is it's going to be like school. It was a lot more mature. You was treated differently by the lecturers. I met so many people, different clubs, different activities going on. I've gone self-employed as a commercial interior fitter, take on all my own work, my own accounts are done myself. If someone wants me to price a job up, I know what I'm doing. I thought I had skills because I could survive on the street, but I wasn't living in the real world. You know, I come from a horrible place, lonely, and it wasn't nice at all. And I've got a life now. It's as simple as that. I've just got everything out of just going back to college.
I'm doing a numeracy course at level 1 and a literacy course at level 2. I've been doing them for about 2 weeks. This will be my 3rd week. Well, I thought because I worked that I would have to pay something, but now all the courses are absolutely free. We work as a class rather than just all on our own. We have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs and a lot of giggles, but we're learning while we're doing that. You actually leave and you think, I've actually learned something worthwhile today.
I didn't have a lot of confidence. I was quiet, I was shy. I can remember doing maths and being very afraid of the teacher and the subject, and that fear kept me ignorant. That began to be a pattern of my life. I didn't put myself forward, I didn't have a lot of friends. When I left school, I left home as well, so I became even more isolated. I can remember that I had to do jury service. To be seen and to be heard, it changed my whole life. Somebody actually listened to me, and up until that point, I didn't even know what that experience meant. To me, that was huge. Well, the first time that I went to college, the people there were so genuinely interested in helping me. They weren't just doing a job, that they really cared about me as a person. I get a lot of pleasure from learning. It almost feels childlike that I can learn something. I have come a long way in education. I'm studying for a degree in psychology and counselling, and I'm still hungry to learn, and I still feel that I want to be able to do as much as I possibly can. It changed my whole life. It showed me that I'm just like anybody else.
I think they think it's cool that their mum goes to college. They see me doing well, and hopefully it'll rub off onto the kids so that they will go on to do this, I hope. Everyone wants better for their children. If you can provide more for them from getting qualifications and obviously getting a career, then it makes it more worthwhile. That's why I'm on this course now, to try and do better for me and my children.
My son was going to be born, and I've really thought I've got to do something. I can't help with his progression in life if I'm this bad. My employer set up a learning centre. I enrolled in the class, and it's a level called Entry Level 3, which is about 90 years of age reading or slightly lower. The hard part I find is stepping into that front door. The sort of stigma I was getting from colleagues was it was paid release. Oh, you're only taking that day off. It is one of those things where you go, oh, what's this going to be like? I can't bear if it is anything like school. What actually turned out to be was adult people teaching us like adults. It's really enjoyable. I really liked it. There's no talking in class, we interact, we have a good laugh. And if you're enjoying learning, you're going to learn. I'm always looking for something to read. If I've got 5 minutes, I'll start reading now, and I do enjoy it. Every night I read to my son a bedtime story. Even reading those books, I'm getting great joy out of it. I wouldn't have been doing my job as a father if I couldn't help him progress through life, and reading and writing's a massive part of that.
I'm very, very determined. You know, I'm kind of making up for lost time now, and I know what I want. I know that I will get where I want to go, so I will be a social worker, and I'm quite looking forward to the journey along the way. It will make a tremendous amount of difference to the things that I can do with the children, and it will give them a more secure future. I couldn't imagine not coming to college now. I love the courses, they're really enjoyable. Everyone is there for the same reason, and I love coming to college.
To improve your skills and get on, call 0800 66 0800.